All right, so just now, we were waking up. I get up a little bit early. I was watching videos, super quiet. She wakes up. So we hear this dude telling us about the top 5 craziest laws in California. He's not wrong about that fact that these are crazy laws. Among others, Prop 1, for instance, this guy has no idea. Carl DeMaio, he sounds like a reasonable protector of our freedoms and rights at first, but once again, here's how bad homelessness is. When even the people that champion your causes are turned against you, there's just no other possibility that homeless people, they're either mentally ill or they're, and the guy uses terms in his fucking videos about if they were given money, they're not going to take a $500 apartment, they're going to shoot it in their veins or snort it up their nose. And that was quote unquote.
Yeah.
So he's not only assuming that everybody's doing drugs, he knows what kind of drugs.
Dysfunctional. We're dysfunctional.
Now, mind you, we live in a state that has perpetrated some of the most egregious medical atrocities in the world. Not only before the pandemic, but if there is drug addiction going on, it's not only justified and totally totally relevant to someone's living. He doesn't know because he hasn't had to stay up all night or do anything to protect his own interests in a survivalistic law of the jungle type environment. Get no protections from the police for any kind of abuses. They are the abusers. You have people, they mostly cops. Cops are just leading the charge against the homeless people, but there's plenty of other people that'll come in and ruin their life too.
Yeah.
Also, this is a state where doctors have gotten everybody strung out on drugs. And let me tell you, I'll bet you Carl DeMaio, he might not have powdered drugs or whatever he's alleging in his fucking possession. But I would bet you that if I went into his medicine cabinet,
or his liquor cabinet,
I would find a bunch of alcohol and a bunch of pills. So who the fuck is, unless you are a doctor or a psychologist, a doctor of psychology or anything, you don't even begin to have a fucking opinion on this. These people are not qualified to fucking make statements about the nature of addiction or mental health. They just don't have for them to say this.
That we're dysfunctional.
They're judging people's mental health is the same as
an addiction.
We're
dysfunctional. If you give them $500, we would pay for a room.
Oh yeah.
We would pay for.
Well, and the problem is that if you're gonna, don't even worry about the state of mental health when it comes to homeless people. When you got fucking illegals coming over here, killing cops and doing all this shit.
And cops are after us.
The cops are after us. They're not after the illegal people. They're after the people here. Yeah. So this guy is deluded about the causes of homelessness. He knows nothing. The fucking fact of the matter is, most of the drugs that are, if they're out there on the street, these are provided by the state.
Yeah, because there's nothing.
So, because they're mental health, if you take psych meds, like you take antidepressants and mood elevators and all this shit, you will become crazy.
Mentally ill.
And guess where they're getting that from? They're not fucking pushing Seroquel across the border. They're not pushing whatever
all these
ones. And we don't take them. We don't get nothing. We don't see their doctors, Tracy and I. But we know we talk to other people, and they do. And they have bags of pills. And so these are pills that are designed
to make them crazy.
They're designed originally, ostensibly, to combat the symptoms of mental health. And the way they do that is by accelerating the other side, the counterbalance to the whole mental process. So if you're not crazy,
you will be,
and you take these pills, now it's going to take you out of your normal zone and push you to the other side, whatever it be. So you're going to appear as if you're crazy artificially, because these things, they not only...
The zombies on the street.
The zombies on the street. The old people.
The zombies on the street.
And the zombies on the street.
Drugged. It's the psych meds.
It's the psych meds.
And
they're giving them all to them.
And they're giving it to them. And so they'll
people bent over. So, this isn't have anything. This is about a targeted attack against a certain demographic, trying to portray
everybody as crazy
or drug addicted,
and or both, and non-functional.
Who the fuck is somebody that's running a fucking YouTube channel called reformcalifornia.org? Do you think your job is inherently more valuable than anything that we do? Because what if you don't watch YouTube? What if you don't give a fuck about this guy? Then all of a sudden his relevance becomes nothing. So where is it that he becomes this expert? But see, he's supposedly on the good side. And that's he's so fucking crazy that, and yet he's on our side. When you go to the other side, where they're actively trying to get the homeless people, they're beyond crazy.
The cops are out of control.
At least we know with the police that
we're in danger. Yeah, we're in danger of losing our lives.
And they're not fucking hiding that either, really. No. They're just coming right out and saying that. So...
And threaten. I mean, they threaten, and then they...
Lord, beware of anybody trying to champion your causes. Because,
many studies. He did not...
Start naming the studies. Are they verified? Are these legitimate?
Did people go out and live our lives? Why don't they come out and
Where are they getting this information from?
From studies.
We've been out here for a while. Nobody's asking us. We would be glad to tell them the bare bones truth. You want me to eviscerate myself with honesty? I'll do it. But let's all take a look at everybody's shit. You don't get to just pass judgment on me. You're no more of a fucking citizen than I am. I could give a fuck whether I am homeless now due to the fucking policies of this state, its courts, its cops, and its social services.
Militia, cops, and nonprofits.
I mean, they have totally thrown the Constitution out when it came to dealing with Tracy and I. If we would have gotten any of the things that we already had, if we hadn't gone into a shit-ass court originally, we wouldn't have lost our house.
And
the reason we're homeless was an illegal eviction. And you know what has followed us ever since? More illegal evictions. So how is it that that's some character flaw or defect on our part?
But
how is it that the cops, which are committing, and there's not even a beginning, on the beginning of that thing, it's talking about, that's the thing, he doesn't want to make anything more harder for the poor police. I'm sorry, but that puts you on the Democrats. They don't have it hard.
They're the tyrants.
We're in Thousand Oaks here. That's one of the richest places. These are the richest cops in the country. They have the least amount to do. They're bored and they need to justify spending their money, so they drum up this fucking shit by going out and doing Gestapo tactics.
That's all they are. They are.
And then this guy, of course you got to arrest them, because if they're mentally ill or they're drug addicted, which, if I'm not mistaken, addiction is a disease, right?
Right.
So how is that worthy of a criminal punishment? Will you stop, please?
Mental health.
I know. They're all diseases. How are you going to punish a diseased person. So you got 3, 4 people. One of them has addiction. One of them has mental illness. One of them has cardio problems. One of them has cancer.
Or blindness.
So you're gonna, these are all diseases.
Yeah.
But you're only gonna punish 2 of them. The other 2, we're gonna help you.
What help? That's not
Because Tracy has cancer. Nobody's helping her. Let me see.
I just got over being blind.
I have cardio problems.
Yeah, he had a heart.
No, nobody's helping me. You know what I mean? So now, if you're angry, anger is not a valid emotion anymore. If you're angry that you cannot receive help, then you appear to be crazy.
Right.
In which case, you're sick of people doing
bad, illegal things to you.
I will tell you straight up, the thing I do most as far as drug addiction is marijuana, which is legal,
I don't.
and alcohol, which is legal. So now you're going to punish and categorize me for indulging in a legal substance, which the California voters have voted on not that long ago, and I'm supposed to, yet I'm still in the retro punishment zone. So, if you have a house and you smoke a joint, you're fine. That's legal. You're just a progressive fucking hipster. You wear fucking skinny jeans and drive a fixed gear bicycle, you fucking beard wearing faggot. But if you're homeless and you smoke a joint and drink a beer to ponder your desperate state of affairs, the state that you were born and raised in has kicked you to the curb and made everything impossible, and they prefer, and they give out money to the fucking illegals and housing,
and hunt
the same housing that you're punishing us for not having.
Right.
So that makes every fucking homeless person you see in California, of which they say what, 100 or 200,000. Let me see. I think that's 10 to 20% of the homeless people.
Yeah.
More like 1 million or 2 in California.
Yeah, a lot.
Every one of those is completely strung out. Let me check this figures. How are you supposed to be strung out on drugs that cost money,
right,
when you don't have money?
You think drug dealers?
Do you think that the cartels that are pushing the human trafficking, the fucking drugs across the border, do you think that the homeless people are supporting all those cartels? They don't have enough money to fucking power a fucking small business, let alone a cartel. It's the home full citizens that are buying the drugs that keep the cartels in power, and the cartels are pushing their agenda, and they have their fucking politicians in place, like Gavin Newsom, and what about Katie Hobbs in Arizona? These are definite. Gavin Newsom's a fucking traitors. Chinese spy traitor. So I'm supposed to worry about what this Carl DeMaio thinks about the fucking
that we're all dysfunctional
psycho operations that these cartel-placed politicians are putting. And he doesn't know. Well, maybe he does, but I don't care whether he knows. The bottom line is, if you don't know, shut the fuck up. Until you want to. If everybody's got a fucking opinion about what causes it, then put your fucking money where your mouth is, motherfucker. Come spend. We will clear out enough space in this thing to fit a third person. I guarantee it. We'll take you around. Give me a week, and you will not think the same again. You want to see homelessness in its fucking dirty detail?
And we'll
show you. We will show you. But you don't want to believe that. You don't want to hear that, because everybody's fucking. They got their opinions about things. Look at that guy panhandling. Well, you could look back on my panhandling videos. That's true.
Not
You're
true.
lucky. I'm an old convict. I really don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks about the law because they're doing shit like taking kids away from parents. Do you think that I give a fuck about what these people think of homelessness? So you're trying to fucking use the cops who are already psycho and out of their minds
and
fucking give them more power and more reason to fuck with the most vulnerable, and that doesn't mean health-wise. It means legal-wise. If you go into any of the county jails in California, I guarantee they're fucking 50% of them are homeless,
and most
and
of them
they're
are
just
not
there
guilty.
for. There's not even a charge.
Yeah.
They just got took in.
Yeah.
Besides, I shouldn't have to worry. I should have credit, jail credit, for the umpteen amount of times they arrested me for nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, how about the time they put me in for 25 days? I never saw a courtroom,
It was
and
for resisting.
and it was
Resisting
because
what?
I appeared to resemble some dude on a made-up flyer for a robbery that could have been resolved right then. How about that?
Yeah, and
So
our rights are violated so many times.
so many times.
We have proof, and nobody wants to.
Have it all up on the channel. I got it all on there. If anybody, Carl DeMaio, I fucking defy you to go through my videos and to tell me the correctness of police actions against us. As a matter of fact, how many? I think I got like 500 videos, right? And most of them are about
Cops
hiding and
abusing.
avoiding cop
Yeah.
repercussions
Because
and trying to keep from getting swallowed up in their fucking psycho
They may let everybody
campaign.
else out. They don't let homeless people out.
Yeah.
If you've got a house and you commit a major crime,
Yeah.
fine, you're free to go.
You
But if
can
we went in to try
do
to steal
smash
a
and
loaf of bread or
grabs,
something,
you could
forget
do
it.
murders,
You can
but
do
if you
anything.
don't have money now we gotta punish that.
Yeah, and
Goddamn homeless.
Yeah,
If
it's
you would
always the homeless.
fucking just get out there and be industrious and commit a crime, we could forgive you and then move
Do
on
they
from there.
really,
And you can
really?
probably keep the money and whatever.
Yeah,
but
if
the
you have
fact
a
that
home.
you won't bust a grape in your own behalf, illegally, doesn't matter, you need to do something.
You're minding your
If
own
we can't
business,
get a
what
job,
is it
then do
you
something. Go rob somebody. That's what the state's saying.
And that way
If the
they
state
can
says,
tell you.
no, you shouldn't give money to panhandlers, and the income stream dwindles, what do you think I'm going to do? Just lay down and starve? Are you fucking kidding me? Carl DeMaio,
We never
you
do
are a
anything
fucking
illegal.
scam, a sham. You've been hired by the other side to portray yourself as sympathetic,
As the
and you are
sympathetic guy,
not.
You are not.
You are a fucking demon in disguise, and you are the devil. And the bottom line is,
Defund the police. Defund
No,
all the
no more,
population.
Popo.
No more.
look,
we've
we
had
don't
it.
get any police protections.
None.
I've been to prison.
Actually, we get chased.
We get chased by the police. If you got rid of police, do you think that the marauding gangs are going to fucking be harassing us? No. There's nothing there for them. They're going to go to the people that fucking are selfish and won't kick. We would be fine. Our lives would improve immediately if there was no police.
We're hunted.
If you,
for nothing.
right now, if I could blink my fingers and get rid of the cops, we could drive out of this little park and ride, and we could fucking go have a happy day. Because of much of what distresses us is having to plan,
even though we're all
along
legal.
with trying to survive.
We're all legal.
We're having to plan. We have to surveil. We have to spot them first. Because if you go back in my videos, when we didn't do that, that's when these people pull fucking unconstitutional traffic. Tell me, Carl DeMaio, when Tracy was blind
for 2 years,
for 2.5 years unnecessarily, how in an illegal fucking search and seizure that they could justify handcuffing and pulling a blind old woman out? How come it's elder abuse if you're 50 and over and you're a fucking illegal immigrant? But she's 63, I'm 64, I'm just about to turn pretty soon. How is it that that's not elder abuse, disabled abuse, constitutional abuse, everything.
Law abuse.
And we cannot get a lawyer because every lawyer has peed on themselves.
And
they are afraid to.
I
get it now. I get it, lawyers. You almost get a pass now.
No.
Because, they chose that profession. And you took your fucking riches when it was gravy train.
Yeah.
Now that your occupation might be in the firing line, I don't feel sorry for you. Should have been on that side lying in your Latin language anyway, fuckers. Latin. I don't mean Spanish. I mean Latin. There's a reason why doctors, judges, and lawyers all use Latin. It's a dead language. No one else speaks it. Why would they? Except the people that are fucking put in charge of your health and your freedom.
Yeah.
And these are the people that are whispering behind your backs in that language to tell you you're fucked.
They're making the cops, the city council and the state are making cops into their personal militia.
Yeah.
If they don't like something,
and we have showed them California and federal state law on paper in their face, and what do? They look away like the same pole of two different magnets being held together. They physically cannot fucking face the truth. So Carl DeMaio, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You do not know what you're talking about, and I resent the influence that you have. You are doing the worst disservice of all, trying to hide your fucking malice under the guise of benefit and charity. People like you should just die immediately.